Hello guys, hope you're all doing alright. Yep, we're gonna do more face block out tonight. I'm not gonna do a hugely long stream, just because there's a chance I might be going out to the pub later. But yeah, I'm just gonna work on the face a little bit more, and then the next stream we can start getting a body in place. But yeah, so in terms of where we're at so far, I'll just move this a bit more yellow. In terms of where we're at so far, oh, that didn't actually work. We've got a face. It's a face. There's a few problems with it being like bug-eyed and stuff. There's a few silhouette issues in general, to be honest. So we are going to focus primarily on getting that stuff working. Hair I'm not going to worry about until everything else is in a more stable position. So yeah, we're just going to do what we can to get it all working well. And if you have any suggestions or questions, by all means, feel free to stop me. But yes, so first small thing I noticed was that the bridge of the nose is going back too much. So if we pull that forward, I think it needs to go up a tiny bit as well. In fact, that might be okay. So maybe it's this angle change that needs to... Let me hide the hair as well. That's something I'm going to do. That will work actually. Put you about there. Just get some planes forced into place. Okay, then let's get a little bit more nose bridge out there. That feels a little bit better. And then I feel like the eyes are a bit off in terms of like the shape of the bottom lid. Let me straighten that out. Can I pull this down? That's better. I've disabled the ears for now just because they're a little bit distracting, given that they're so far off of what my eyes used to seeing. This line is a lot pointier in this corner. There we go. That angle is kind of steeper than what I had. Let's turn off the... So let me just grab that. So there's still quite a sharp line in here. Let's use pinch instead actually. And then this needs to come down a bit more. There we go. Right. So you got the nose. Or the bridge. The eye tweak was small, but I think it actually made a bit of a difference. We're still a little bit bug-eyed. I feel like I need to get an eyeball in place to really fix that. And we have a very different profile for the upper eyelid as well. So let's just do a quick mask to figure out where we want the actual eyelid to be. Some war paint. I think that works. So let's just get this, pull you down like that. It's quite a lot, actually. Quite a lot more than I expected, to be honest. Yeah, it's got a plane in there. Is the front of the nose bridge bigger than the back? It is, isn't it? That's gonna be difficult for shapes. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the planes around the eyes. The eyelid is a bit of a problem area, so let's pull that back. Side view is good for that. Okay. Pinch this. Okay, I think that works. Not too keen on that shape. The ears back in there. The ears are going to give us quite a lot of problems. I can tell that for sure. I feel like it needs to be hollowed out quite a lot more, so it like attaches a bit stronger. Just do display properties double, just so I know if I'm pushing the mesh through itself. I wish there was like a cross section view. Like I know I can just do that, but it kind of defeats the purpose. Although I guess we can use this a little bit. It's gonna cause an issue like that every time though. It still feels completely wrong, like the way it attaches. I can't pin down why. Maybe this needs to blend into the head. Or maybe once it's actually blending, it will work a bit better. Wish it was like a normal blend mode. That'd be nice. Because I'm not, like, I refuse to Dynamesh it already. It's way too soon. Maybe this is the problem. What if I get rid of this? Yeah, this makes it feel awkward. I'm gonna have to take a decision as to how to treat this form. Okay, how can we approach this? Is it? Maybe it's more of a slow ramp out with something on top of it. Feels a little bit better. Kind of works. Go. Hollow out this area to make it feel like there's a different type of structure hiding under here. And then I feel like this is part of the problem as well. Oh, that helped a lot actually. Okay. So, oh, this is way too thick. Okay, I need to pinch. There we go, that helps. Helps it feel a bit more like dainty, I guess. Get a bit of inflate tool on the outer edge there. Inflate tool is criminally underrated, I feel. It's so good at getting like organic shapes when used correctly, of course. Okay. I feel like from this angle that needs to come back a little bit. Something like that. I feel like one of the things holding us back as well is the fact that this doesn't have anywhere to go. So let's hollow out this area completely. So now we can actually sculpt in with this. That helped. It's feeling healthier. Still not great, but it's working. Okay, let's get the dynamic out a little bit here. Okay. We need a bit of a connection back here for this to hold. So let's go like that. And then let's find a way to make that. How long ago did that disconnect? That works. Okay. Brush. Auto masking. Let's do back face mask. Yep. Let's get the hair visible again. I'm going to put these into a group just so I can quickly sort them out. So let's do a... Where is it? New folder, that's it. Hair. Now I can just do that. Oh. Hello. Oh, because I'm still on that. Okay. So I feel like proportionally I'm still a fair bit off, so let's do... full size face. Okay. Mode, turn off always on top. Let's make it even bigger actually. Okay. Turn off. Okay, so the face needs to be generally wider. Okay, this is going to have completely torn everything apart, but let's find out. Okay, so the mouth wasn't as torn apart as I expected. The eye has quite a big change, doesn't it? Would that even work as in a 3D shape? I mean, obviously it can, but like... That worked quite well, actually. I always have this issue. Like, I always don't trust my ref. It's like, it is still an eye. Like, I always have this thing in my head of like, oh, in 3D it might work different, but I mean, it does, but like, it's still a line. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Now, we are getting a bit of an issue in this area. So let's just strengthen you and then push you back like that. Okay. Okay, so the line I drew was this, which means that's where the lip needs to go. And it kind of works, I guess. Maybe not the way I wanted it to, but it feels like a pouting baby though. So I need to it's actually quite a helpful colour. I don't like the new math. Let me just... Okay, yeah, I need a bit of that width back. A little bit of chin back as well. Let's yeah, she's got a little bit more of this going. Let's mode always on top. And I think what the problem might be as well, well, there's a few things going on here actually. What one of the problems might be as well is that this nose, to get it to work in that side view, has to be way, way different angle and position to this one. Okay, that bit needs to be pulled in. Let's go to about this. Okay. We're getting a bit of a peel back now. We lost it for a while though. This area is getting a bit too defined, I think. So let's add a bit more puffiness there, but then pull it back here. Smooth that area out. And this is where clay brushes are sometimes better than smooth brushes too. Clay brushes can smooth extremely well if you have 0 alpha and a low intensity. I'd argue they're actually better at smoothing than the actual smooth tools. Let's just focus on the lips for a moment. Okay. What's happening there? I'm gonna go a little bit higher poly. 1.6 mil, that's fine. That should be enough for us to get defined creases and such. A little bit more shape there. Okay. So to get this shadow, we kind of need to flatten out the nose, but this is what matched in a side view, right? So we can't do too much. I'm wondering what I can do. I wonder if it's about carving this bit. Because that allows us to keep the same side while changing the feel of the front. Okay, let's fix up the corner of the eyes here, because this is a bit crazy. Try H polish instead. H polish can give much cleaner results at times. Not sure how, like what it does different, but there's something it does different which I quite like. This is getting too pointy, I think. Okay. So there's a slight bit roundness to this. I know it looks like I'm digging into forms that don't matter, but like the problem with female faces that are stylized, you need subtlety. Like so much subtlety for it to work. Geometry, mirror and weld. Somehow that gave me more polygons. There's something quite nice about sculpting this really dark shade. Okay. When did I lose everything? In fact, let's duplicate this. And then for you, go backwards through your history. One second. I just need to turn off my screen for a sec. There we go. Cool. Right, so what we're going to do here is project the color. So go to geometry. Sorry, subtool. Project, and then I'm only going to project color. Project all. It won't do a flawless job, but it will do a job. And then we can remove you. Not awful. So let's delete the original. There we go. So this is getting a bit too defined in here, isn't it? I think. Maybe it's not. Okay. Now there's a bit of a thing happening right there. It's that shape from earlier. There we go. So there's a few people lurking the stream right now. Is there anything you guys want to ask? Anything you want to know? Feels better. This feels a little bit funky. Okay, I'm just gonna get in. Do a, come on, there we go, BDS, and I'm just gonna loop it under like that. So this area naturally is quite weak, so let's get that fixed up. I'm slowly building a love for just using really weak brushes when doing subtle forms like this. Like, you'd never sculpt a Dishonored character or something like this, but I don't know, it tends to work quite well, I think. So here's an area where, anatomy be damned, there's a shape that we need to get this to work, which is that. So obviously the Cruncula can do a bit of that. In fact, yeah, the Cruncula can do that work. Alright, never mind. We don't have to worry about anatomy. Because what I was thinking is we might need to have this eyelid go up here and have this one just overlap it. I think there are actual examples of animals with that kind of eyelid, but seems like it's unnecessary, so... I'm going to mask out the eye here. I'm going to give the eye a little bit more, eyelid, a little bit more thickness. Top one's fine, actually. We'll leave that one alone. Bottom lid is not fine. So it's going to give that tiny, just a touch more thickness. The bottom eyelid is a lot thicker than a lot of people realise. Okay, I'm going to need to pull that up to compensate, because I realised I'm pulling it at an angle, so it's going to lose a little bit of its shape. There we go. Feels like it's gone off again though. There we go. That's working. We got our hair in there. She feels old. I can't pin why. She just feels old. Is it the eyelids? Is there just too much of a plane change here? I think that was part of it. It doesn't feel like it was all of it. This corner is a bit strong, maybe. That helps quite a lot, actually. Okay, so let's go stroke. Lazy mouse, lazy step, let's say it's 0.002. It's going to be really strong. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to get a really large brush because I need a plane change, but I need it to be very, very subtle. I also need to not pull the eye with it, which might be... Still not working. Does adding the bottom lid help? Let's find out. See, I like having a bottom lid, but I feel like our design kind of needs it to not be there. Although I do like these shapes. I'm going to add these shapes in. We can always smooth them out later. I just feel like we need a little bit of a plane change. One thing to consider as well is like a lot of this gets softened out when you shade it. So, well, when you do subsurface shading. If you're a student watching this and you don't know what subsurface is, it will make quite a big difference to your models. And I recommend looking into it. I can explain if you want. Hey Adam, how's it going? Congrats on being the first one to actually speak in the chat. It's one of those quiet nights. Okay. It's getting really bumpy. Is that time where... It's one of those times where having like a non-physical eye, like not having a separate model for the eyes, making things really difficult. Okay, let's enhance the eyelid with down standard. That works. I think one of the other issues we've got is that our eyelid shelf is too shallow. As in, like, the angle of it is too horizontal. But that's quite a difficult thing to fix, like, smoothly, without doing lots of back and forth, but I guess we may as well. Although this is already getting to, like, the nitty-gritty side of sculpting, so I need to not get too deep into this stuff. We don't have an entire body, for example, so we need to get everything working evenly. Let's just get that. So what this will do is keep the same general eye shape while keeping the eyelid more relaxed. So if I show you this versus what it was before that, it's a very subtle change, but this line being thicker, I think, helps. It is subtle though. Cool. This corner's not in the right place. There we go. Right. That'll do for now, I think. So we've got other stuff we need to get going. For example, a body. So, body sculpting is one of my weakest areas, so this is going to be fun. Let's just start off in easy mode and actually use our reference. Okay. Then we will set this to mode always on top, turn that off, turn off that. And what we're going to do is just line up the head in general. I'm going to turn off the hair, the ears, just get the nose fitted there. There we go, generally fits. Our eye is too small from the side view. Let's just quickly, while we're here, pull out the back of the head. Right, so. Should probably switch to this ref. Match it from the side view, not worry too much about the other views yet. I hope there's a way to store camera positions, because it's going to get very frustrating. I know that there is, I just can't remember it. Okay, let's just sculpt you out. Really don't want a butthole. So if that can sculpt out, it'd be great. There we go. I'm gonna do a line around here. Let's get these edges here out. Nope. Okay. Let's turn perspective back off. I'm gonna quickly fix up the neck. We'll have to fix that up in a moment because that's going to look really funky. So that's going to come back. Something like that. That kind of works. So let's get the front view working. We don't have an X-ray for this view, so we're just gonna have to play the guessing game. These are different proportions. Wait, that's a waste there. Go down. Okay, this is gonna be... Oh, we can get away with that actually. That kind of works. So this could be the jeans. The butt's gonna have to go lower though. And then a 3/4 we have to figure out ourselves. It's a very strange shape though. Oh, and let's go back here. I want to add a little bit more. I know the ref was skinnier than that, but it's a bit too like vertical for my tastes. But I prefer kind of flat lower jaws rather than angled up ones. Okay. So, now we have to also figure out the delicate game of, like, how to sculpt a female body without sexualizing it. And also just how to sculpt a female body. And how the hell do I do ref for this? Because I can't show naked women on stream. Like, I can't put good reference on screen. Because that would be, well, not legal, but it would be against terms. Let's just draw in some... Obviously we don't need to go into like crazy details, but we do need to get some... Oh, Jesus, that's square. Get that 3/4 shaved in. Hey bro, hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I am, thank you. How are you doing, mate? I need to do the boobs separate. Just while I get the ribcage in. Should have done some reference hunting before the stream, because I can't really risk doing reference hunting on stream. One thing I need to remember as well is that I'm going to be sculpting clothes on top of this. So I always like the boobs. I need them to be kind of squished a bit, just because there's going to be pressure put against them. Like by the top. So like this character's wearing kind of like a sports bra type thing. So I can't just do like, you know, boobs hanging freely. I'm trying to remember the planes. Let me there's one site I can like go to like and trust for not having nudity on screen without expecting it. Which is Anatomy for Sculptors. So they've got a ArtStation page which naturally says mature content and anything that's actual nudity. So I should be able to find some kind of female chest reference here. Or at least like ribcage, I mean. It looks like a lot of it might be mature though. I can do it on the other screen, obviously, but I think this is going to be a cross-section female torso. Okay, I'm going to put that on the other screen. I will have to create at some point a separate ref. One sec. Let me a separate ref sheet that just always stays on my left screen, and you guys can only see what's on my right. Okay, where's that gone? I've lost it. Where are you? Mature content. Yep, I know. Okay, so doesn't really help too much, but we can try. Yeah, we're gonna remove the boobs to begin with. Let's just duplicate this for a moment, and then we'll just hide that. So let's remove the boobs. Come on. We'll get the rib cage working first, and then we'll get the boobs added on top, which might be a little bit easier to use. Okay, so women have quite a wide arch here, remember that much. Okay, and then there's a plane change right there. So that should be the primary shape, and then the back of it, hate that glitch, stuff like that. So that should get our general shape. So H polish. Okay. Let's get a bit more ribcage in there. Okay, and we've got the sternum up there. Then we've not got shoulders in place yet, so we'll ignore that. I feel like there shouldn't be another plane there. I swear there's supposed to be another one. She's got a very arched back. Like, extremely arched. We'll have to wait until the legs are in before I do too much on the butt, but having something there will help. Okay, let's relax you in. So obviously, like, it's way too defined, which gives quite a uncomfortable look. Let's get a bit more width there. We'll have to line this back up to the body ref in a moment. For now, let's just get something in place. This feels like it's way too, like, flat. Okay, let's add some skin there. Get you less defined. There we go. And then add a little bit of that thing. I just forget the name of it. There's an actual name for like that little pouch. One thing I didn't know until quite recently, actually, like that shape there is like unique to women. Like, I always assumed, oh, like it's just a case of like where your fat goes, but there's an actual ligament that women have that on guys is angled much more down, and on women is angled more across. I need to find out the name of it. I've forgotten what it was. This is looking very strange. Okay. So she is quite athletic, this character, so we do need a little bit of that center line. We're not going to define it, but we need a little bit of volume either side of it. We'll smooth it back out in a moment. pouch back in. Although mine's gone a bit wide, hasn't it? At least I think so. Hard to tell, honestly. Okay. So let's check our side angle before we push past this. Also just get that section pulled back out. So this is going to give us issues because that won't match what the reference has. But let's just get that perspective back off. So this did fit before, so there we go. So her belly button is way too low. I ended up sculpting one of those aliens from Men in Black, the kind of noodle guys. Super long abdomen. Okay, that's a better place. So I think that was in the right place. This line, maybe a little bit higher. And then we need to pull this back in. She's very skinny. Okay. And then let's check the side view. Obviously the boobs won't match anymore, but that's fine. Okay, that's pretty close. We need to get this pulled back in a little bit. This pulled back in a little bit, that pulled up a little bit. You pulled in a little bit. And then we'll do the legs as a separate mesh while block out. So let's throw in, so let me just draw on a quick line. That's the furthest out point. Right there. Okay, so see through, set to 0. So the furthest out point is in line with these guys. Let's get you fixed up. Is that really how low the ribcage would be then? I feel like I've done the belly button too high again. Or too high. I've swapped it out for a different angle. Let's get this further down. Okay. That fits. Right, okay, so Bit. I always forget what the last letter is. Finished. Done. Let's split that out into a separate mesh. Split unmasked. I forgot to turn. There we go. Why is that not moving? Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. So because my brush is quite large, I can't push them together very easily, but I can do that. So let's go about there. Maybe a bit higher actually. And then all we need to do, back into that side view. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Where is it? Oh, up there. Okay, so now we just move these back until the end of it is at the top. So something like that. And then this top section we just push in, pull up, push in. And then that can sit about there, I think. Maybe you need to remember that a top is going to go on top of that as well. Okay, I think that'll do. So let's go. It might be a little bit far out, but let's ignore that for a moment. I keep forgetting where buttons are. There we go. So let's get our reference back. Pure ref. Always top. Let me look for any safer work. Are drawings of like naked women able to be on stream? Because there's a really good anatomy ref. Like it's like the bones are drawn on, and then like cross sections of everything. But then they do a really well rendered like nude model. So now I'm just like, am I able to put that on a live stream? Something like that. Can I move them closer together? Because I think they're a bit too far out right now. Only a little bit though. There we go. Them being different colours is really off-putting. Let's get this colour baked. It feels so weird with the proportion to the head. Let's get the hair in there as well. So the hair helps a lot, but something's off. Like, this isn't going to work with this body. I think it's because the head is almost the same width as the rib cage. It feels very off. But alas, let's just cut that. Color, fill object. Color, fill object. Okay. Like, her head is actually wider than her ribs here, and I'm aware that once I put a top, like, clothing on top of this, it's gonna fit in a bit better. Like, if I just throw on that shape super quickly. So just drag this down here. Match that up vaguely. So like that will help it quite a lot. Like feel like it all is back in proportion. Like that immediately kind of fixes it as an issue, honestly. So it's like, it makes it kind of difficult, honestly. Also, this looks like her hands are like behind her back, which is really weird because like how quickly the shoulders disappear. Super flexible. Let's block out the general position of this guy. Because I think, like, it's surprising to me how quickly that shirt felt like it fit. Like, in terms of design. So, let's get the shirt generally blocked out. And then we can use that as ref. So, turn off perspective. Let's get this in its general correct place, and then shoulders will go about there, I guess. So let's make that smaller. This is in completely wrong place. It's so annoying, like the ref thing. Okay, so that's too low, which suggests that this entire thing needs to go up. Which it did. Okay. And let's get that fit. There we go. Generally matches. And then we just need to fix up the 3/4 views. Because that's hilarious. Right, okay. Make that visible. bring you back up, then go to pure ref mode, always on top. I need to learn the hotkeys. In fact, mode, Control Shift A. Okay, I'll try to memorize that. Okay, so let's get a super quick. Do we have angles of this? Our arms aren't in the way? Yeah, that'll do. It's so dumb. It's quite a poor shape. I'm also acutely aware of the fact that it does have this like crazy collar thing that comes up over the face, which will come up from like there. But either way, that shows like the general idea. Solo. Let's go to geometry. Let's zero mesh this. Okay, and obviously we've got the top on below that. That will cover up most stuff. Just quickly fix that up a little bit. Feels way too pointy. Is that actually the angle it has? Not really, no. Transparent. So let's just fix it generally according to ref. Do that. And then we want the furthest out point to be just in front of here. And then let's flatten that out. There we go. So that makes everything else feel like it fits a bit better. So let's get a little bit of this. What kind of belly button do we want to do? I don't think it's drawn in any of the ref. Obviously it's going to be covered by clothing, so it doesn't matter too much, but it's still worth getting something on. Yeah, none of them have it. This means we can just kind of improvise something. I'll do one of those like vertical ones. They look cool. There we go. Why is that not working? Why is this acting so weird? What the hell? The brush is just breaking down. Look at that. Why is it acting like that? Okay. This shape is... Oh wait, yeah, what I said earlier was incorrect. It's the opposite way around. Women have a more vertical one and men have a more horizontal one. That ligament thing that I mentioned. In fact, I should have known that, because I know where that is on myself, like this ligament. So I should have known that, hey, mine's a lot straighter. Okay, there we go. So there's a light... Oh, you guys can't see the ref, of course. There's a very slight kind of pinching around this thing. Around the belly button. Like it does that. That will do, I think. The front of the rib cage needs to come out a little bit more, I think. So let's just give that a little bit more volume. Feels way too... Belly button feels so high. I'm gonna move it down. I'm not trusting... Like, I'm not trusting what I think I should see. So then, anatomy around here. This shape needs to be way lower. Like down there, kind of lower. So let's... Oh, when did that get desynced? Let's go to deformation, mirror, then geometry, modified topology, world. Okay. Yeah, what I'll do off stream is spend a fair bit of time just getting female body ref that I can show on stream, because it's something I can't really afford to spend the time like on stream trying to find stuff that I can show. It's gonna bother me if I can't get this form right. Bit big now. That'll do. I'm wondering how to get that form back in a way that fits. Oh, actually, there's something I need to fix as well. Now that I've like made the face wider, the ears don't fit anymore. So let's smooth that in. Okay, let's turn on transparency. If you don't know, transparency allows you to sculpt through an object as well as on it. So I can sculpt the mesh that's behind the head. Whereas if I turn transparency back off, that won't work. That actually lined up shockingly well. Kind of works. Yeah, that'll do. This shape is awful. Mine's just kind of like bell-shaped. H polish. Okay. So let's start getting some do we go with legs first or arms first? Both are nightmare sculpts. I feel like we should get the legs in first. So let's do that. BIT. Insert sphere. Do that. Split unmasked. Okay, and then all we're gonna do is connect them up, pull them down, and then let's go to our favorite. And and then it's Control Shift A. Cool. Okay, let's turn the hair off. Okay. So we're going to get the thighs in one shape. We'll worry about the butt later. We'll get everything else in first. Just smooth that out. I'm going to do a separate object for the bottom of the leg. Okay. That kind of fits. We need a bit more mass at the front there. And then let's go to the front view. Vaguely line her up. Stuff like that will work. Okay. Come on. There we go. Back to the side view. Okay, that's okay. We're missing a bit of volume here, but that might come from the trousers. In fact, we've got too much volume on the stomach here. Let's pull that back. Yeah, because the trousers are going to even that out. Okay, so that's the upper leg, vaguely in place. Let's just smooth that out. Smooth the entire thing out, actually. And then what we can do is move it, split, unmasked, and then we will move this into place now. So let's do the front view first. I'll use the legs to line up since that's how I just did it. Okay. We'll get the knee in place later. Let's just get this in. So I'm aware that this silhouette here will be at the back of the leg. So let's do that with the biggest brush we can, just so we get in front and back in this case. And then side view on this is going to be like abysmal. Quite like this shape that it's got going on. Nice job, Katie. I know she's not here, but still. Cool. So then we go to that side view. We line up some key landmarks, and then just go whoop. And then this, we may as well squeeze the whole way down. Okay. Back to this view. So I need to be careful I don't make her look like she's got rickets. Because it's easy to like over sculpt asymmetries like that. I think that'll work. And then 3/4 is going to be abysmal, so. And the butt we need to get in. So let's also... God, this is going to be awful. In fact, actually... nah, it doesn't matter. Let's go split. Split unmasked. Just keep deflating. In fact, actually, inflate tool is going to be better because we can inflate it to vaguely round shape, and then scale. This is going to be hilarious until it fits. Okay. Front view. So obviously that we just need to get that to fit, which means just push it in, I guess. So I think we need to worry too much about 3/4. I think that will do. Check the side view again. Yeah, that fits. It's going to be too large because we need to add trousers on top of that, so let's push it in a bit. And then we'll need to spend some time fixing the shapes that creates. So let's just add volume on the inside edge. It's actually hilarious. Something like that. Okay. So get all this stuff lined up. So I was just trying to find the face lines there. There we go. Okay. Something like that will do. So now we just need to go back into see through, turn off, perspective, and we just need to spend as long as it takes to get this working in 3/4. Why is body sculpting so fucking difficult? That shape there is strange. Like mine just kind of goes boop. Okay, so turn that off. Yeah, this feels strange. Trying to figure out what's going to be the best place to start, because there's a lot. Like, there's really a lot that we have to fix. Just work our way downwards. We'll start at the butt. Generally speaking, I'm going to have a shape more like that. She is athletic, so we do need to consider like the shape. It's not going to be too flat. But then we don't want anything bulbous either, because that just ends up, you start creeping into like over-sexualizing. Which is something I really, really don't want to do. I hate over-sexualized art. Especially CG, because I don't know why especially CG, but like, I was about to go on with it because I don't understand why I don't like it so much, but like, there's so much that you can do as a CG artist. Like, there's so much flexibility in what you make. And yet there's people who just dedicate it to making what they can see on Instagram like every 10 minutes. It's not even every 10 minutes, less than that even. It just bothers me for some reason. Like, I prefer it for people to like do subject matters. You don't have to do anything deep and meaningful, but like, I prefer it to not just be the same shit all the time. Okay, smooth that. Then we'll push that in there. How's that gonna combine? Let's push that bit in. We need to add the knee as a separate mesh, I think. That's way too much. Let's pull the butt back a bit. Like, you shouldn't be able to see the butt that much from the front. Like, that's insane. That's not what I want. Just get all this carved in to make way for the other object, and then we can like have a bit more control shaping it. All we need from this is the level of the crotch. The other meshes will do the rest of that area. Okay. So at some point we're gonna need to. Oh, trimmed it now. Okay. At some point we're gonna need to combine obviously the legs and all that stuff, but I'm gonna keep it separate for a while, I think. Which side is lower down? 1 second. Okay, inside leg is lower. So if you didn't know this, the calf is I believe there's 2 muscles, but one side is lower than the other. Like the muscle is asymmetrical. I believe it's that direction, like lower on the inside. At least when I tense my leg, it feels like it's lower on that side, like a 45-degree angle. Obviously, not every single person has the same exact like muscle setup, but like we're all pretty damn similar in terms of like angles and stuff. Like, obviously we all have the same muscles, but the angle can change quite a lot, I guess. Right, I'm gonna zero mesh these geometry. Zero mesh here, zero mesh. That gives me a little bit more control. Okay, I'll do the same for you. Zero mesher. Okay, and then zero mesh this guy too. I'm making butts. Yep, it's green. I work at the studio that did She-Hulk, so I'm making green butts. Green butts. Come on, there we go. Just need to get this mesh out of the way. There we go. I need to look at ref for the back. So I can't remember what the planes are for this part of the back. Butts are not the planes, Becca. Leave the butt alone. So now that I have a leg in place, this is feeling way too low. So let's smooth that out. And then there we go. So the first of your like 6-pack is that shape. Then there and then there. If I remember correctly, like the abs all point to an invisible like point out here. So like the top ab will slant down, middle ab will slant like that, and the bottom ab will slant like that. It's very subtle. Like I can't remember how far out the point is, but if you point them towards each other, it will generally get you a little bit more faithful. Need to figure out how I make the ribcage visible as well. So it's going to be very, very easy to accidentally oversculpt the ribcage and make it look like really underweight. But then at the same time, like, she's very fit, so she's going to have some ribcage. Like, there'll be I can't remember what they call it. It's like vacuum posing, right, in bodybuilding, where they have the abs kind of sit basically under. Like they do something like that. I can't remember what the name of it is. But like, it needs to be subtle, because it's very easy to overdo that sort of stuff, as we were just saying. Gonna just arch this up. So that's getting a bit. This is where the reference becomes a bit more limiting, right? Because the ref, not as in like the ref is limiting, like, oh hey, I want to do something that I can't. More like the ref has very straight sides, so I don't have the flexibility to move everything around. This belly button's way too low. That kind of works. Right, so lower leg. Let's just get that. Let's go to then. Calf, let's do here and here. Okay, then we're just gonna sculpt in a line there. The lower leg's gonna give me nightmares, I can tell. Let's add the knee on that upper leg. It's not worth doing because it's a separate geometry, like it's a knee. Zero mesh that again. And then I keep paying for people to zero mesh things twice in a row, so I'm gonna trust them. I'm trying to remember which way. There's a ligament that goes down the length of the leg. I've got to be so damn cautious with the ref on my other screen. One sec, I'm just looking for leg reference. God, that's so cool. So this is something I've checked on my screen. And asking for sculptors, like, again, if you don't follow them, like, for a long time, this was one of only 3 accounts that I followed in all of ArtStation. It's really good. Like, this stuff is incredible. As long as I don't click on mature content, we're not going to have anything that's not allowed. Let's see if there's anything for legs. I can see the knee, but I don't care about that right now. Calf muscles. Yeah, that inside edge. So they both reach down to about the same point. But, oh, that's, okay, there's a plane. It's like a pinch, like hourglass shape in the back of the knee. I'm going to drag this on. Where's my PRF? Oh, wait. Control-Shift-A. Okay. I'm going to create a new section over here. And then add note. Where is it? There. Anatomy for sculptors. Wait, was I just calling it anatomy for the artist? That's a book, isn't it? Okay, so we got that. Okay. I need something for the legs. The breakdowns of forms are so damn good. I don't see anything for the leg yet. Although the crochet might help. Let's preemptively drag that over because that looks helpful. Gluteal muscles. Just in case. I don't trust the fact it's actually safe for work. This is though. Okay, so that actually was safe for work, but it wasn't overly helpful for what I'm doing right now. Amazingly helpful. I love this stuff. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's drag. In fact, this can stay on the screen. Okay, so let's just get the lines in place. So this needs to go behind the legs. It attaches back here. So let's just do that. And it attaches at this guy. God, what's the name of that? It's Iconium process, I think. Which means it lines about there. That feels a bit far over though. Let's bring it further this way. Now obviously I will have to pull all of this back because otherwise she's going to be ripped. Like a bit too ripped. But having these lines in there will help me figure out where forms need to go. So for example, we got this guy, which does that, and that blends into the top of the knee. And that just helps me figure out like where all the different forms need to go. This is too beefy now though. There we go. And then to find another. So this wraps to about there. So this muscle's belly is about there, I think. This area back here needs to be pinched in quite a lot, I think. And then we have this muscle back here, which actually means I need to bulk that back out to allow these two to combine. It's going to be extreme. Right, okay, so that needs to go towards the middle, not the side like I have it. And then that area is going to need more mass, isn't it? Okay. So then this needs to go like that. Bit overdone. Okay, I feel like this is way too high on the leg. I also need to get the Achilles tendon in there. Okay. Let's just get a generic mass in there for now. Otherwise I'm going to be, because I'm quite inexperienced with body anatomy sculpting. Like, I've done it, and actually 7 years ago today I did my first proper study of full body anatomy. I got a Facebook reminder earlier. It's something I don't do very often, so I'm extremely, extremely, like, basic, basically. Let's, that works well enough. Let's get this back sorted. I'm aware this is obviously incredibly posed, but just get something, you know? Even if it's just that. bit more volume here because that plane's not right. She's got way too much butt at this angle. Let's pull it back in a bit. There we go. Getting there. Lower leg is still very fucked up. Yeah, she's getting a bit too ripped now, isn't she? I need to pull all this back a little bit. And then let's just get that in there a little bit. This and this shouldn't line up as well as they do. Okay. That's too low. That's a male shape. There we go. Men's are more like that, women's are more like that. So I need to find a line. That's a very weird shape in there. Let's figure that out. We still need the back to be incredibly hollow, so we're quite limited as to what we can do. Oh, I haven't saved this entire stream. Just save twice. Be safe. Yeah, I've literally not saved this entire stream. I went back on it last night to like paint the eyes, do some tests. Right, okay. Living life on the edge. That's apparently my thing. Okay, let's hollow out this section. And we need to get some arms and feet in there too. The back is gonna be a sore point, I can tell. Like, I don't know how to achieve this shape at 3/4 view. Like, do I need to do something like... In fact, yeah, let's figure it out. I feel like I need to do a form like that. Which would mean I need to planarize this bit. Which would then require me to do something like that. Gonna relax the abs out a bit. So I'm currently in that zone of the model getting lumpy. So I need to kind of relax out some of that anatomy. What did we say, sorry? Relax. Let's just draw a center line up the entire thing. We can figure out where this should end. Maybe that's the way we go about this. So obviously, we don't want it there, because that would be a bit intense. We need to relax that area out as well. She's the queen of lats. That's what this what that silhouette requires me to make. Let's unhide the hair. I'm gonna have to group things up as well. So let's get this into a group. New folder, legs. Then that is also legs. Yep. Track that into there. That's the butt. Rename that butt. Proxy. I'll put that with legs. In fact, no, I won't. Okay, so we got legs. We got torso, which actually now that was the original pass, and we got that. There's something about this. Let's get that back in there. Yeah, how did I not see that? This bit needs volume. There we go. This one has something to it, which I've lost. That's the best working one we got. So we can remove this one, delete, make that always visible, rename, torso, proxy, and then butt proxy, rename. Okay, so these three can go into a folder called torso. So I feel like those three kind of need to be together. There we go. Wait, what? Oh yeah, because there we go. So we got some progress. Let's get some arms on there, I think. Yeah, arms. Okay, save. Need to get feet on there as well, but that's very low priority. The lower leg is really bad. Like, I don't know what the cross section should be on the lower leg. Display, double. Probably not that is what I'll find out quite quickly. That works, but then that let's just temporarily hide it, come back to it later. Yeah, right, so we need arms. B-I-N, wait no, B-I-T, sphere, arm, subtool, split, unmasked. Okay, this one will be rename upper arm. I'm not going to bother with the proxy naming convention. Right, okay, so let's get this. Focus on side view, because we actually have side view ref for the arms. We don't have any for the front. We have the clothing, but we can use that to line up the hand. Oh shit, the hand. That's going to be awful. Okay, so let's get this like that. Control Shift A. Scroll through. Turn off perspective. Then line this generally up. Need to reduce that over there. Wait, what? There we go. Okay, so move this into place. About there. We need to scale it down a little bit so it's about the same size as the arm there. Okay, and then let's do something. No. The top half. Scale. I could use Z-spheres for this, but let's not worry about it. Okay. Front view time. That's obviously wrong. Line up. I'll line up using the knees. Well, I guess the hip. That works well enough. Rotate. Something like that will work. Rotate again. Pointing towards the arms. Okay. So then move, do that. And split unmasked. I'm gonna rename that to lower arm. Okay. Then this one, go back to side view. That'll work. Let's go to rotate. BIN. That works. Okay, front view. Line up the hips. Okay. Rotate. There we go. Perspective back on. Go back to you. Control Shift A. Why did I do it that small? Then I might go back to the head for a little bit once I've got the arms vaguely in place. Okay, let's go geometry. Let's set this to 1000 polygons. Okay, and then set you to 1 as well. There we go. We'll need to zero mesh a few of these things. I think I'll probably zero mesh the ears fairly soon. Okay, so what we need to do start blending this in a little bit. So now we have vague shoulders in place, we can actually add our clavicles. Do they have a different angle in women? Let's open up my screen again. There we go. So, following. Anatomy for sculptors, artists. Yeah, wait, no. Oh no, that's why I keep getting confused. Behind the thing is anatomy made for artists, and then the name is anatomy for sculptors. So I'm seeing this before I'm seeing this. That's why I keep mixing it up. Okay, so it's actually quite convenient. Very slight V ends here. I can actually put that on my, so yeah, none of it's dodgy. Okay, so we're just going to sculpt this area in a little bit first. Okay, we're gonna push that back a little bit. None of this will really work until I actually sculpt it into one piece, but we'll ignore that. Let's just get all of this stuff in the right place. Transparent. We'll sculpt up the neck a tiny bit from there, and what that will let us do is blend it a little bit more seamlessly. So we can basically match the normal angles. Okay, so let's get hollowed out there, transparent. Okay. Just add a little bit more muscle mass here. Again, she is female, so this is going to be less than what like a built guy would be, but it is still an athletic build, so she needs some traps. Again, she's not like really into the gym or anything, as far as I'm aware. If I need to chat to Katie, actually, what is the reason for her being athletic build? Is it just that she's active, or does she like intentionally work on all that stuff? Okay, that's near vertical. Good enough. God, that chin's weird at this angle. Let's remember what dynamic perspective does. So here's one of those weird things, right? Turning off perspective, I prefer the face shape. Which means that I need to completely change my proportions. Or, when I render, just render from really far away over a really large focal length. Say like that. Looks better to me. From the front view at least. Okay, we'll have to come back to that. I'll figure out a way to do it. What I'll probably do is take a screenshot with perspective turned off, and then match to that. Like, I'll put that on my ref sheet and move everything around till it fits it, because I quite like how that looks. And side view, obviously, nothing really changes. What's my draw set to? Yeah, let's try 50 mil. Let's do like 120. Something, in fact, actually, that's a factor. I should take this to Maya to scale it correctly. Because that will change how the focal length works. Let me save. Just add a number to this. Okay, I'm going to open Maya. And I'm just going to create a cube that is the height she should be. She's 2.5 mil, so I can decimate a version of her and just scale it. Okay, let's fix up the shoulder shape while we wait. Mine's too, there we go. Transparent or solo. Let's get some pecs in there. God, the lats. It's actually hilarious. Let's pull that back a bit. In fact, do we need that? To get that side view, we don't need that crazy lat shape, do we? So I need to figure out the anatomy of this shape, like what is that? But that works a bit better. It makes the belly button feel so low. Oh wait, I've just realised what I've been doing. Okay, belly button is low. What I've been doing is using my kind of mental reference of, hey, the belly button to the pecs is about this distance, but obviously the boobs are lower. So that's why it's so off. Granted, she is still a long proportion, so it's going to be weird, but that works. Okay. Okay, fix the planes up for this muscle. I always forget the name of it. It basically just does that. Top of the arm is way too thick. Oh wait, that's a consideration actually. Yeah, the arm is wider this way than it is this way. So I was doing it as a perfect tube, which it shouldn't be. Okay, so now let's draw on the... I want a little bit more of an angle than that. So from the top view, this is an S-bend. So let's get that in there. Not that much. In fact, that's way too far forward. There we go. Or backwards even. From the front, it's straight. Angled down, but it is straight. And then... Okay, let's check the side view. That's a bit too much, maybe? Although it does have a thickness, so let's... Transparent. Let's add that up here. And then... We could achieve that with the spine and the scapula. Although the spine comes over this way, doesn't it? It's like that kind of shape. We could achieve that silhouette using the spine and scapula. That could be our landmark that creates the silhouette. Granted, this is over-sculpted, so we'll undo it, but that can be our anatomical reason for having it. Okay, let's keep that in there. That's a good question, actually. How the hell does the latissimus dorsi attach? I guess like that. Okay. I am at risk of over-sculpting the torso. I probably need to take a break, like for my eyes, at some point soon. That's the weakest angle, I think, at the moment. Yeah, this is pretty weak. Oh, it's better. The hell is this song? Okay. slightly higher. That's going too far back. Might be a bit too low now as well. Let's get a bit more quad in there. Or hamstring even. There we go. That angle's kind of weak. Okay, let's simplify the back, because I've lost correct planes in there. Simplify them back down. Then we can add the anatomy back in after. There we go. We lost a little bit too much volume down here. And we need to remove a little bit from there, I think. This angle's a bit of a problem, but there we go. Okay. BST. Color, fill object. Color, fill object. Color, color, fill object. Color, fill object. Wait, does G work? It doesn't. Color, fill object. Boos feel a bit high, don't they? They're also not really the right shape for like what we need anyway. Let's planar them up a little bit, see if that helps. Let's just pull this way up. Doesn't do that. We do need that bit. They're too round right now. We need feet. It only works if you've got no subdivision levels. Yeah, I don't need these subdivs. Delete higher. There we go. Subtool. Split unmasked. Okay, let's rotate. She has feet. Aren't there some shoes you can get in Mexico that are actually kind of like this? Like they're really, really long. Like the whole point of them is that they're like crazy long. Well, not the whole point, but like their main design thing is that they're insanely long. I can't remember the name of them. They're really cool. There's a lot of things I can't remember the name of today. Okay, let's zero mesh that again. We need way lower. Let's go 0.5. Okay. So I'm not going to do toes for this project because I'm going to be modeling the shoes. I'm not going to be simulating them. I'm going to be trying to sim the clothing, but yeah, definitely not the shoes. Screw that. So we can just do like socks, basically, like in our modeling. Beautiful. We need to fit those into the shoes, don't we? Let's just straighten them up from the side view. In fact, let's turn off perspective. Okay. Zero mesh. Zero mesh again. At times, zero mesh I can do a remarkably good job. Not all the time, but there are times. I've got to give her some loose socks, I think. Like when I'm doing the final sculpts, I'll replace the feet with some socks. Okay, let's get you thickened up over here, then fin down there. Okay, let's get some planes in there. Pointy boots. Yeah, those things. You know which ones to talk about. Did it have like a specific name, do you know? Yeah, there's I can't remember what it is. It's some kind of, I don't know if it's like a subculture thing or if it's a festival thing, but it's something in Mexico where they get crazy big pointy boots. And they're so fun. Okay, there we go. let's get her scaled. So, what's going to be the best way to do this? It's going to, we got Maya, new scene. So she's going to be 5 foot tall. What is 5 foot in centimeters? Use centimeters. 152.4. So let's just do 150. In fact, no, let's just do 153. So cube. 153, and then the height is going to have to be half that, so 76.5. Did I do bad maths? No. But yeah, no, I did. God, my maths is abysmal. Okay, where's that number again? 153. I should be able to do this. Oh no, it's 5.3, not 3.5. Okay. Yeah, so 76.5 is the amount I need to move this up. So I was right. 3.5. I wasn't right. Fuck. 6.5. Sorry. Jesus. I was literally right several times and just kept like double checking myself. Okay, so now let's just multi-cut. This is just to make sure that ZBrush doesn't have its way. I forgot I had that enabled actually. There we go. Cool. Let's just throw in some loose longer bits. It would have been easier just to add divisions, but it's too late now. There we go. Okay, so that is our 5'4", 5 foot, sorry, character measure stick. So let's just file, export selection. I need to set a Maya scene at some point, but let's just go to person projects, Mona, modeling, Maya, exports, measure stick. That'll do. Cool. So all we're going to do is go to ZBrush. I'm going to save this. Okay, move it over here. Looking at Wikipedia, it says they were used for dancing. Yeah, they're crazy cool things. And the name of the boots translates to Mexican point boots. I love that. Okay, so now we just go into Z plugin. Well, save first. And then I'll throw in some volumes for the hands just to kind of get a feel for the length of them. Because the arms feel really short, but that's just because there's no hands. The hands will go to about here, I guess. So let's just go Z plugin, transpose master, T-pose mesh. Okay. Then all we're going to do is subtool, append, import, that's the height she should be. So we're just going to go into the move tool. Gonna just move her up first. Okay. There we go. Then we're just going to scale. just go into the form. Scale. Oh, she scales from world center. Good. So I want her head to be... that'll do. Okay. That makes her about 5 foot. Cool. So now we'll go to subtool, delete this out, and then go to transform, no, Z plugin, sub-T mesh. There you go, scaled mesh. It's such a helpful trick. And now she's real size, the camera is going to act a little bit better. Although it does mean that a 1000 brush size is too small. So actually, no, because they added dynamic, so it fixes itself now. So now we can change our draw size, and it feels a bit more natural. Okay, so let's throw in a arms. Okay. Subtool, duplicate. I'm just going to rename that to hands. Okay. And then let's go to geometry, go to the lowest, delete higher. Then we'll just very roughly block this out. I'm going to give it a little bit of gesture too. So we want it to go that way a little bit. Let's just quickly get our ref back. So to get this in place. I'll have to add a thumb, but in fact we can just go like this to hint at the suggestion of a thumb. Or to hint at the existence of a thumb, I should say. Let's go 0.5. So we mesh twice. Okay. Fingers need to be longer. Look, it's a foot. Now we can just get the size about right. There we go. So let's check that against our primary ref. Mine's going to be a bit too big, maybe. No, it's not far off actually. Mine's a little bit too long. Okay. My fingers are bent, so probably was about right earlier. Oh, sorry, probably still a bit too big, I should say. Oh, does anything that's not visible not get scaled? Huh. Didn't know that. Well, that's how tall she used to be. Okay, let's just delete that. And then there we go. We have a body. Modeling, ZBrush, scenes, block out. Let's add a 9 to this. That didn't go too badly. Okay, so let's get back to the face for a bit. So I feel like jaw needs to come in a tiny touch, just so we can bring that bit out. Okay, let's get a little bit of a, not that much, a little bit of an Adam's apple in the area. So again, as I said in the last stream, women do have an Adam's apple, it's just nowhere near as visible. In fact, in most of them, like obviously the structure is there, it's just a case of whether it is far enough forward to actually touch the skin. Okay, so that is way too far forward. I'm recognizing a bunch of the melodies from this song. I feel like it's a collection of other melodies, because I heard some gorillas in there a moment ago. And now this one I recognize. Like, early 2000s song? Can't remember what it was. Right. There we go. We have a body. And a somewhat presentable face. Okay. So, I think that's going to be it for tonight. So I can go play some video games. I'm really addicted to Hitman at the moment, which is great. Also, if anyone's not aware, Call of Duty came out today, if you pre-order it. But I'm not doing that, I'm going to wait till it's out. But yeah, so we made a body, made some tweaks to the face, some tweaks to the ears. Next stream, we'll continue to refine the body and the face. I will do the whole thing of realizing it looks better in orthographic and matching these proportions with perspective, which I don't think should be too hard. I just need to get a screenshot of this and treat that as ref, because obviously if I just turn it on and off, like the orthographic view is going to be moving as well. So we'll see what we can get out of it. But yeah, in the meantime, it's kind of weird. Let's change the draw. 85. There we go. I much prefer 85mm. But yeah, so let me quickly fix up the lower leg actually. Let's just bring that out. That's better. Cool. I'll call that done for tonight. So that's another 2.5 hours of work, which I'm pretty happy with actually. It's been a while since I did body sculpting. It didn't go as smoothly. Granted, there's still a lot wrong with us, but we'll get there. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will return Saturday probably, because tomorrow I'm out. And yeah, we'll keep pushing through the blockout sculpt. I will probably do a quick pass of clothing as a sculpt at some point, just to make sure my proportions are working. But then obviously I will be doing that in Marvelous Designer, which I'll be retopping this body before I do anything on Marvelous. So we're a little ways off having like full clothing. So I'll probably do a proxy thing just to kind of make the character, you know, decent. I also need to add a tail. But that's literally just a tube, so it's no big deal. I just need to figure out where it goes and how thin it is. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave that for today. In fact, I'll probably do the tail off stream because it's a quick enough thing. But I'll see you again on Saturday, hopefully. If not, I'll stream on Sunday. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your night. And I'll see you next one. Bye, guys.